Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm so excited to be here today. And today I'm feeling really mighty fine. I'm feeling really good. And so I've been reflecting on that, but I want to talk about this idea. And maybe it's because it's Holy Week and, Passover, Easter, Good Friday, and just this idea of like what we talk about it all the time, embracing saying yes to whatever comes up and at the same time generating hope. It's interesting because I think this week and tomorrow will be Easter is the theme is really about freedom. If you talk about Passover, freedom. If you talk about the death and the resurrection and this idea of dying to the old self and being reborn to the new self, this idea of every ending is a new beginning. And we want to create that possibility of being able to start fresh and to begin again. And so to be born again or to be unlocked, that's what that means. It means to have a fresh new start. It's like we've been given atonement, we've been forgiven for everything we've done before, and we forgive others for what they've done, and then start off with a clean slate, start off with a fresh start, and understanding that this ability to see things in fresh and new ways, that's what it's all about. How can we be in this moment and be in the moment, not based on what we know, who we think we are, what we've done before, but being in this moment as it is. And I was thinking about this, that when I talk about embracing everything, saying yes to it, what I'm really saying, what we're really doing is we're really understanding that everything that's happening is happening because it has the nature to happen. It's like everything is nature. The conditions are right for what's happening to be happening. So our idea is to understand that and understand what's my relationship to what's happening. What is the inner game that I need to play, the inside game that I need to play, so that I'm meeting what I mirror. I'm actually starting fresh and new and understanding that I have a choice and I'm responsible, and that heaven is not something we go to. Heaven is someplace we grow to. So it's all about how we are using our awareness and our ability to self-regulate, to make choices in alignment with who we say we want to be. And so it's interesting. So I was reflecting on feeling really happy today. And I noticed that I normally have a routine where I get up early in the morning, 8 o'clock, and then I go to do my errands and I get my chiropractic adjustment and I go through these things. And today I felt like there was more space and there was an ability for me to say, well, I don't have to go now and I'll go later. And so I had this freshness, of course, because my book Unlocked is coming out, and I've been doing these podcasts and reflecting and thinking about things about this idea of being unlocked. And I discovered that when I went about my day, I was feeling really happy. I'm feeling really, really loose and whatnot. And I realized that's the fruit of my labors. And some of it goes back maybe decades, but some of it is just this idea of being able to not focus on, like we have Good Friday. Good Friday, that's the crucifixion. We're really good at focusing on what's wrong. And you might say we can crucify others or ourselves. And so instead of focusing on what's wrong, I'm focusing on the resurrection. I'm focusing on beginning anew and seeing things in fresh and new ways. And I believe that gave me this ability to just be in flow, just to have this effortless effort. I'm just doing what I know to do. Okay, I'm going to do this thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, but doing it without judging. And it's interesting because my challenge is being in a car. And it's not like I didn't get annoyed or things didn't happen, but it was like, okay, come on, dude, move, or whatever I said, just short, directed thing. And then it was gone, poof. No judging, no pushing, whatever, but just say, hey, and I gotta go, either move or get out of the way, or something like that. But it was done with compassion. So that's the fruits of my labor. And so now it really comes down to, okay, so how are we going to use today? Because I've had this experience yesterday. I was having challenges with my iPhone. I do the touch and it wouldn't work on Instagram. And so I went to the Apple store and here's what they said. Oh, why don't you update it? Download the update. Hello? It's like begin again, reset, reboot, renew. So I downloaded the update and sure enough, it worked. It worked perfectly. And so that's the same with us. We have to keep upgrading ourselves. What's the next download that we need to do so that we can be in the moment in the way we need to be in the moment in the here and now? And so what I'm really talking about here is just this idea. that coming in with new and fresh ways. So the person at the Genius Bar, she was looking at things a certain way. I had my beats, same thing. They wouldn't connect. So she went in and she looked at it. She made some adjustments and she reset it. And then now it works. And so that's with us. How can we reset, reboot, renew, and begin again? Can we forgive ourselves and forgive others so we can see things in fresh and new ways? And that's where the creativity comes out. And it's being in flow. And I could notice when I was driving slower so I could actually feel the car moving and whatnot. So there's something about slowing down as well. So I just want to end by saying it's Holy Week. And I read somewhere that what we can do as human beings that angels can't do is we can hallow what we do. We can make everything holy by holy intent. The intent to be loving, the intent to be present, the intent to realize I and the other are one. And so let's go for it. Let's go for the flow, the being unlocked, and being able to be spontaneous and having space to create and to be.